Satan, the devil, whoever you want to call him. And I believe that he's evil. And then fundamentally, evil is about keeping you as far away from a relationship with God as possible and keeping you as far away from thriving relationships with other people as possible. He is evil, and pride is evil. So I think about it this way. If I was evil, and I wanted to trip you guys up, you guys that are watching or attending a Crossroads experience. If I wanted to trip you up and keep you as far away from God as possible, and wanted to keep you as far away from people as possible, if I wanted to bring evil into your life, what would I do? I don't think it's what typically comes to mind. You might say, oh man, plagues, big suffering, crazy, sad things happening in your life. I don't think so. Because if the enemy has learned anything over the course of humanity, he's learned that sometimes the suffering actually drives us to God. So I don't think he would use that. You know what? If I was the enemy and I wanted to keep you as far away from God as possible, as far away from the life you were meant to live as possible, as far away from thriving relationships as possible, I'd keep you proud, dumb, and happy. I'd keep you prideful and you wouldn't even know it. Because if I can keep you prideful, I can keep you from having a relationship with God. I can keep you from having the right relationship with people, and I can keep you isolated, and I can pick you off one at a time. You can be proud and not even know it. So we need to just stop and consider if pride is killing relationships in our life. Let me give you some symptoms. How would you recognize pride in a relationship? One is there a lack of harmony in your relationships? Now, we all have challenges in relationships. I'm not talking about having a perfect relationship here, but is there a through line of a lack of harmony in your relationships? My friend Allie is a great friend and mom, and one of the things she does when her kids are doing I had it first, it's mine, they're trying to get in my way, this was mine, they're doing that, she'll step into that argument and say, which of you is going to be the first to admit you just want to get your own way? Which is like a Jedi mind trick for kids, right? Because what she'd say is, hey, if you just prefer the other, argument solved. And the truth is, even as adults, we don't do it like kids, we're subtle. We're way more sophisticated in how we demonstrate our lack of harmony in relationships. But in essence, if we're honest, sometimes pride is just in a relationship, us saying, I'm not getting my way right now. And we do that in our relationships. There's a lack of harmony in your relationships. It could be a pride issue. Another one is this. Are there a lack of truth tellers in your life? Do you have people in your life who tell you the truth? Do you have people in your life who tell you hard information that's difficult to receive but helps you grow? If you don't, it may be a pride issue in your life. If there are a diminishing number of them as you get older, it could be because of pride, because the people who used to tell you the truth realize you're too proud to receive the truth, and so they just stop telling you the truth. That could be a symptom of pride in your relationship. Another one is an inability to celebrate the other's successes. I see this sometimes in friendships. I've seen this in dating relationships. This certainly shows up in marriage relationships. The person who should be the most excited about the success of a partner, a friend, a spouse, is sometimes the most resentful because they feel like they've got one up on me now, and I've got to figure out how I'm going to get back on top. This needs to be about me being celebrated. Somebody's clapping right now. I hope you're not clapping that time. That'd be really bad. That'd be a bad move. But we all can identify with that. I mean, that's where that's coming from, is you can identify with it, right? That can happen in relationships. Here's another one, though. Are you overly self-reliant? Are you overly self-reliant? Self-reliance is not a bad thing in and of itself, but you can be self-reliant to a fault. If you never get vulnerable with other people because no one you've ever met in the world is worth trusting, that could be over self-reliance. Are you stubborn to a fault? Do you keep people at arm's length? If you do, you could be overly self-reliant, and it might be a pride issue in your life. And here's the thing. Pride kills relationships because it obstructs. It obstructs our view of other people. It obstructs our view of reality. And it obstructs our view of ourselves because you can be proud and not even know it. So that's the bad news.